Imagine walking into a market with a handful of salt and walking out with a horse. Sounds ridiculous, but for thousands of years, this wasn't fiction. Entire cities became rich because of salt. Kings taxed it, armies fought wars over it, people were paid with it. Some even called it white gold. But why? Gold is rare. Salt is everywhere. So how did an ordinary mineral become one of the most valuable substances in human history? To understand that, we have to go back to a world without refrigerators.
Paint a picture of ancient life. No refrigerators, no electricity. Fresh meat spoiled within hours. Fish rotted quickly. Winter meant starvation. Long-distance travel was nearly impossible. Then comes the solution. Salt. Salt removes moisture from food, prevents bacteria growth, preserves meat for months, preserves fish, preserves vegetables, makes trade possible. Without salt, armies couldn't march, sailors couldn't cross oceans, cities couldn't survive winters. Salt wasn't seasoning. It was survival.
Roman Empire. Roman soldiers received a salt allowance. The word salary comes from Latin, salarium. Whether soldiers were literally paid in salt is debated, but salt allowances were important enough to give us today's word, salary. Explain. People protected salt more carefully than jewelry. Africa. In Mali and Sahara, salt blocks were traded ounce for ounce with gold. In some periods, salt became even harder to obtain than gold because survival depended on it. A starving person couldn't eat gold. Ethiopia. Salt bars were used as money, actual currency made from salt. Governments realized if everyone needs salt, we can tax it. Examples: France, the infamous Gabelle tax. People hated paying huge taxes on salt. Smuggling exploded. Hatred of the tax helped fuel anger before the French Revolution. China. Chinese emperors controlled salt production. Salt monopolies funded governments for centuries. Venice. Venice became one of Europe's richest cities, partly because it controlled salt trade routes. Salt built empires. Introduce famous places. Hallstatt, Austria. Ancient salt mine. Thousands of years old. People became wealthy because of salt mining. Timbuktu. Not just gold. Salt caravans crossing the Sahara created enormous wealth. Imagine thousands of camels carrying giant salt slabs across deserts. Some caravans took months. Bandits attacked them. People died protecting salt. Imagine you're trapped in a desert. Someone offers 10 kilograms gold or 10 kilograms salt and water. Which would you choose? Obviously salt. Explain economics. Value depends on scarcity, usefulness, demand. Gold was luxury. Salt was necessity. Necessities often become more valuable than luxury.
Today, salt costs almost nothing. We throw it into food without thinking. Yet, this tiny crystal built cities, funded kingdoms, created taxes, inspired wars, financed empires, changed world trade. And perhaps the biggest lesson is this: the most valuable things aren't always the rarest. They're the things people simply cannot live without. Next time you sprinkle salt on your meal, remember, for most of human history, you just held something that was once worth more than gold. End screen. History isn't just about kings and wars. sometimes it's about the things we overlook every day.